Hi friends, welcome to Mislip Art. Today we're going to be painting water lilies just like Claude Monet. Claude Monet lived in a home in Giverny. He painted his beautiful back garden and Japanese bridge many times, including the beautiful water lilies. This is a photo of those water lilies. And this is a painting of water lilies right from his own backyard. He used splotches and splotches of color that made his paintings come alive. Claude Monet was born in France in 1840 and was one of the founders of Impressionism. He died in 1926 at his home in Giverny. Here are all of the materials you'll need for this project. You'll find a list in the description beneath this video. Here is some student artwork to inspire you of the different ways you can do this particular project. You can follow along with me, but I encourage you to do your own thing. And we're ready to paint. We're only going to be using the cool colors today. Green, blue, and violet are the cool colors on the color wheel, and they make people feel like they're in cool water or cool mountains. I have my paintbrush ready, and I've opened up my green, blue, and violet ready to paint. But I'm also going to add a couple of other colors. I'm going to use white and turquoise, still keeping with the cool colors and adding white for variety. It really makes it more interesting. We're going to be making dots around the paper, leaving space between, because we're going to be using lots of colors. And when they blend together, they come out kind of muddy and brown. done. You can continue to paint and fill or pause right here. But what I want to warn you is if you overpaint too much, you'll lose the beautiful blotches and splotches of impressionistic painting that make it so beautiful. We are going to let it dry overnight. While your painting is drying, or the next day, we can make our lily pads. You'll need a pencil and something round, or you can draw your own circles. You can use the large side or the small side if you have a cup like this. I like to start in the middle to make sure that I have room. If I start on the edge, sometimes I don't have room. I'm going to draw around and make 3 circles, but you can make 4 or 5 or even just 2. It's completely up to you. Once you draw your circles on your green lily pad paper, you're going to draw a little V or notch in each one to make it look like a lily pad. To make this easier to cut, I cut the circles out completely and then I cut the notches out. It's time to make the tissue paper flowers. You can get regular art tissue paper or you can use gift wrap paper. I have 3 layers of 3 different colors on both sides. And I'm going to fold it in half to make it easier to cut. If you need a parent or adult to help you, or even an older sibling to cut these out, please don't hesitate to ask them. Now I'm going to use the same size cup for my circle. Drawing around carefully because tissue paper can rip. I'm not pushing too hard. On both sides. There we go. And now, holding it together very carefully, I'm going to cut out the circles. And now it's time to glue the lily pads onto your painting. I'm using Elmers clear glue that's washable, but you can use any kind of glue. Decide where you want to put your first lily pad. Make sure that you're gluing the side that has the pencil on it, otherwise it will show on the other side. You want to make it stick really well, so make sure you put plenty of glue, but you don't need to overdo it. And turn it over carefully and place it where you'd like it, firmly pushing down. Now it's time to make the tissue paper flowers. I like to choose 3 different colors. You could move them around to see which order you want them to be in. Once you're satisfied, I'm going to show you 2 ways to make the flowers. The first is the easiest and simple way. You simply push your finger into the middle, turn it over, and use your other hand to pinch around your finger, and still pinching hard, pull your finger out carefully. Then you're going to twist and flatten the area that's right in your hand. You can pull the petals open to make it look more fluffy and more like a flower. To glue it on, turn it to its side and look at the flattened part that you've been holding. We're going to use that for the glue. Place your glue in the center of the lily pad. Fold that flat part so that it's not quite so pointed. And then push down with your finger on the glue while you open the flower with the other hand. If you need help with this first one, don't worry. You could make as many flowers as you like. They're easy to take off and try again. You can see that I'm working on it a little bit. So if I'm working on it a little bit, you might be too, and that's okay. If it comes off, hold it down for 10 seconds. The second way is each layer at a time, and some of you actually might find this to be the easy one. To make it not so flat, squish it together a little bit to fluff it up. Put the glue on the lily pad and press. Choose your next color to go in. Again, you're going to fold it up a little bit to make it fluffy, pinching at the bottom. Add a little more glue on top of your tissue paper flower and do the same thing by adding the second layer. With this one, I'm going to make a center of a flower, so I'm almost going to crush this into a ball. And again, adding more glue and pressing that tissue paper down into the middle. I think I'm going to add one to my other flower too. Pink is a good color. I'll try that. I'm going to add some glue to the center of it and press like I did before. Like I needed another one at the top, so I made a smaller lily. You can too. Remember, this is your painting. You can add however many flowers you want. If you find a different way to make the flowers, you can. Your paintings could all be different. Some are blotches and splotches, and some are huge blocks of color, but they're all beautiful. Thank you for making art with me. For more art ideas, please go to my channel on YouTube, Miss Lip Art, and subscribe. See you next time.